Thank you, Kat. Alarming indeed. I want every school child that is still at home and every parent to focus on what we are talking about now. We've seen some alarming trends come through the youth in recent years. This might be one of the most alarming. We are very happy, though, to have Chief Inspector from Cape Town Traffic, Merle Lourens, joining us this morning. Normally, we wouldn't be that pleased to meet someone in your line of work, but today we are incredibly happy to have you in studio. I know you've seen the video and I'll get your reaction to it, but we want to let you see exactly what we are going to be talking about. This expresses it far better than I could. Take a look at this video. And again, I'll ask all school kids and parents, please watch closely and listen attentively. Let's take a look.
Ah, look at this man, he's burning. Why are we banging at the English job?
Speechless. Chief Inspector, I could feel the hairs on the back of your neck rising. I think this brings what you guys do at the traffic department into perspective. It's about prevention. It's not about punitive measures. It's about making sure that we create a culture of safety on our roads. This is about as far away from that as we can get. What is your immediate reaction to that video?
It's shocking. It's irresponsible. You know, it's as if all our efforts are in vain. We have our road safety education unit that goes to the schools and teaches the children about road safety. And they start off at the creches, you know, the fundamentals about road safety. This is way out of the window.
You know, the preservation of one's own life should be motivation enough. And we look at how many, certainly from my perspective, how many of my friends we lost, especially in the last years of school when licenses are, obviously a young person not making decisions clearly, but this is something that speaks of a much greater problem. Now, 100 kilometers an hour, there is no doubt that if that young man had fallen off that truck, he would be dead.
Yes. Irrespective of how fast or how far the other vehicle behind is traveling, I mean, if he loses his foothold there, he's a goner. I mean, he could be seriously injured, he could be maimed, and yes, he could be killed. And obviously, this is going to affect the rest of the commuters because, you know, if it is a fatality, we're looking at road closures for at least 2 hours or so. So it affects everybody else and not just
And this looks like a main road route as well. Where do we start now? How do we, as a citizen, how do you, as the traffic department, where do we even begin to approach a problem like this?
Well, you know, we normally go around to the schools and we teach them all about road safety. I don't know if you still remember the old Dainkie cat, or Danny cat as we call them.
Yeah.
We still use that. We have one of our officers getting into the suit, and yes, we
actually draw sticks to see who has to play the role.
They actually get into the suit, and they're going to teach the little ones from a young age. Like I said earlier, from the creche, they start all about road safety. So, like you said earlier, it's not about punitive measures, it's preventative, and this is what we do.
Now, why would a child be doing this? Clearly not to impress his friends. There's no one there. Does he not have money for transport? What are the factors that are feeding into our kids train surfing, riding on the back of trucks, taking the unsafe option as opposed to a safe?
It could be lots of factors. Like you say, you know, probably can't afford a taxi fare or bus fare and things like that. However, but sometimes, you know, kids are naughty. If they do this in the townships or wherever they come from, and then it seems normal for them, but very, very irresponsible for what he's just done now.
Where do we start? You want to obviously change the mindset. You don't want to come down too hard, especially on young boys who have issues with authority. You know that you don't want to send the wrong message. How do we, if I had to see this young man out on the road, what is the first thing that I must do? Well,
you know, firstly, we need to reprimand them. It doesn't have to be by charging them or anything like that, but we can give them a good talking to. Firstly, we need to educate the parents as well. You know, it starts at home. It doesn't have to be out on the road everywhere, you know, that we need to do everything about it. But parents need to start at home and teach them also about road safety and say, this is not on. This is not what we do. And, yeah, you know, it gets kind of hectic out there.
We know that, you know, there are sections of society that are completely marginalised due to socio-economic reasons, that there are a lot of factors that we have to take into account. Do we bring the schools in? Are the schools responsible for getting their learners there safely? Are the parents responsible? Where do we begin in creating that culture of safety?
In fact, it starts at home. we can't leave everything for the schools to do, but yes, the schools also do play a large role in it. So if we start at home and the parents need to teach their child about the safety issues, what not to do, all the wrongs and the rights, then it'll be a lot easier for the teachers to do so. And that is where we also come in with with the help of the provincial government, that they would supply us with equipment and things like that for, say, the scholar patrols and things like that. So yeah, we actually all get involved. It's a responsibility of all of us.
Keep your eyes open. Chief Inspector, thank you so much. Where do we call? What is the first point of contact that we can use if we, as a commuter, see this happening?
Well, if you actually do see something like that happen, you're welcome to call us. We're on a 24-hour number. That is 021 at 596 1999. That is out to our control centre. They will then immediately get an officer out there. Hopefully it's in the area that there are the officers, that they can respond quick enough.
Thank you so much, Chief Inspector, for joining us on a Monday. I know it's a very busy week for you, but have a fantastic year ahead, and please wish your department all the best.
Thank you very much.
I will speak from my own experience. We lost friends at school through behaviour that wasn't nearly as reckless as this. Look after each other. You can put responsibility on your own shoulders as a young person to look after your friends. That is absolutely ridiculous. Please, we have to get our kids to school safety. We're going to take a very quick break. The Monday morning madness continues on Expresso. There's going to be a lot of dancing in the studio. You want to get inspired to move on a Monday? Stick around.